Esme, I think we need a bigger sled. I'm not having to use snowshoes yet. I spoke too soon. So it was a pretty short pull, which was good. I only sunk a couple of times, didn't have to wear the snowshoes, thankfully. My wood's still here, so that's really good. And Esme didn't sink, so she's pretty happy, I think. What do you see? What do you see? So I think we're going to go ahead and bring the sled right across to where we're going to put the tent up and see if we need to do any shoveling, leveling out. That's our next task. I do have a bit of a hump there, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm going to sleep down in that end. That should be good. Hopefully the space is big enough. I'm so glad I came out last weekend and actually shoveled this out. It's made life so much easier. things I brought with me was this handy 5-gallon pail, which I've got all my water, food and just general cook stuff, which also doubles as a nice little stool. So I've also got the Snowtrekker small stove with me, which I think I'm going to set up next. So let's take a look inside, see how much room there is. Has that lovely new smell. So there we go. So this is the first time I've actually seen it stretched out. I can tell you there's quite a lot of room. It's kind of nice. I can let's just turn that around. So I'm 5'9" and I can actually stand up no problems all the way. I could have done a better job, I think, putting the sides out, so I'll have to learn from this. But having the sides up pull out makes a huge difference. My plan is to put in a my cot across the back, which I think might work. And obviously the stove is going to go here. And it's on the opposite side to the other Snowtrekker, the small Snowtrekker tents I've seen. I'm very pleased with it. I've also got these vents, front and back. Obviously the big door as well. What do you think, Ez? What do you think? I think I'll do nicely. So I did bring my fire blanket. I was going to put that under the stove. I had it, so I might as well use it. So my damper did turn up. Thank you very much. I kept my old one on there. I think I just saved this one as a spare. So I'm just arranging my bottom plate, and I'll show you a picture here what it looks like, just in case, rather than move the camera. But that's all good to go. Is it a stove? Alright, it's not going to hurt you. You know, I love my old stove that I built. This is considerably lighter. So I don't really want the front of the stove higher than the back, or else the smoke's going to tend to want to go forwards. What I also brought with me is some of these neodymium magnets. This could be an epic fail, in which case I'll probably cut it out. Man, these things are strong. I was hoping I'd be able to put my arm through there and put the magnet on. That's not going to happen. Ta-da! Oh yeah. Can even reposition that so it works out pretty good. So I did pre-drill all these parts. Maybe it's that one. Does that look right? It matters, I suppose. Okay, I think that's a pretty good angle. What I need now is a stick to hold that. So let me go get one. The wind is really picking up. So I think it's not the best stick that I've made for that purpose, but I think it's going to be okay. It's going to hold that stovepipe pretty solid. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, so we'll call that one good. So I'm just getting things set up now. What I brought with me was actually just a regular tarp. My Climate Static V insulated has an R value of 4.4. I brought this one along rather than the Thermarest Trail Pro because this is like significantly smaller. It's like a third smaller. So it is kind of narrow, but I think we'll be fine. And I brought along the Phoenix -20C sleeping bag again. Had a really good night's sleep in this last time. Up, Buzz. Up. Come on. Come on. Oh, is that comfy? What do you think, Ez? You got goop in your eye. What do you think of our new house? What do you think? Do you like it? Too white? Squirrel? I think we're all set up now, so all we have to do is actually prepare for tonight, get some firewood together. So I've already collected it, I just need to cut it and split it, ready for the stove. The maximum length of the pieces that can go in the stove is 16 inches, which I discovered is exactly the same length of that Silky Big Boy saw. So as long as I measure each piece and cut it slightly shorter than the saw, I can't go wrong. So I think I'll just have a bit of a break and take some pictures, have a look around, and on to the next task. I think we have at least 4 or 5 hours worth of wood, which should be fine, I think. I may go and get some more a little bit later on. What do you think, Ez? Oh, you pulled my cover off. So I was making a spoon until Esme showed me what she thought of it. It's kind of all that's left. Oh well. Time to light the stove. It's about 5:45 at the moment, so we're getting up there. Nothing fancy, just going to use a lighter. There we go. So the first official lighting of the stove in the new tent. I have with me my Tringia kettle that I took out of my set, because this is really good for boiling water. So we'll just get a bit of a draw going, heat up the chimney pipe, and that'll force all the air to come out. Goodbye, spoon. You can see there's no smoke from the front now. It's because the chimney's warmed up and it's actually starting to draw the smoke straight out up through the chimney. Let's take a quick look outside. So we're just settling down to actually get into our sleeping bags. Esme's just behind me. She's doing pretty good. Both had a good meal, so that was nice. Cooked on the stove, obviously. And yeah, having a really good time. So it's very exciting to have the new tent and the new stove. I think this is a tent that I'll probably keep for a very, very long time. It was built well, and it's built with materials that will last a very long time.
so I look forward to keeping this tent for a very long time. It's about £20, the stove's about £20, so £40 is not too bad if you're on a sled or a polk, and even on the back of an ATV. I think I'll even try this in the summer as well, even though it doesn't have a bug tent inside it. So I've always wanted to have a Snowtrekker tent of my own. I've been watching YouTube channels where they feature them over and over again. One of them is Winter Trekker, I think it's Hoop, drove me towards this tent. Also, War Hiker, he's also has one of these tents, and he speaks very highly. And this is why I bought this tent, is because of other people that I saw on YouTube and personal recommendations. Not an advert for the tent, it was people that use the tent and they've had them for a very long time. This is why I bought this tent. And hopefully, my experience so far with this tent has been excellent. I really like the simplicity. It's no fuss, just it's a tent. And I like that. So we're probably going to hunker down pretty soon. I may put on another podcast, and we're going to snuggle up, keep warm, put some more wood in the fire, and in the morning we'll let you know how it worked out. I think it's going to be fine, but we'll let you know soon enough. Alright, take care. See you in the morning.
Well, good morning. It was a pretty comfortable night. I woke up about 4 o'clock and put wood in the fire, and it's about 8 o'clock now, so I've just put some more wood in. There was only a small amount of embers at 4 o'clock, but I did manage to get the fire started again. So it's pretty good. We still have quite a bit of wood left, which is nice. This mat sucks. I felt the cold through the mat. I really should have a foamy underneath this thing. It was comfortable enough, but just the cold does creep through. Esme, she's behind there. I ended up kind of splitting the sleeping bag in half, and she's got her own blanket, and I just covered her up with my half because I think she got a little bit cold. So it was pretty good. I think it went down to about -10, somewhere around there. So wasn't super cold, but enough to make sure that you kept warm, for sure. So yeah, pretty good. So the stove has shifted slightly and it's kind of canted over, but it's not too bad. It's kept relatively level. It's pretty good. So we're going to hang around a little bit this morning and take a walk around and see if there's any tracks from last night, see if any animals came to pay us a visit. It'll be quite interesting. And the tent's doing really good. Very, very happy with the tent. Lots of room, plenty of room actually. I could definitely get a cot in here, which might be an idea, something to get off the cold floor. Something I'll look into for sure. The stove is small, but I seem to have got it so it goes for, let's say, 3 hours with this type of wood, which is just spruce and poplar. 4 hours it's really down to embers, and it's, you can light it again, but it's not giving out any heat, so that's not too bad. do like the side table on the stove. I think it's really good. I think the stove could do with being a little bit bigger, if I'm honest. But it puts out enough heat definitely to warm it, but it's just the keeping it going for longer would be nice. If I had oak, would be even better. I'm sure I could keep it going for much longer if I had better hardwoods, but you gotta work with what you got sometimes. So these oats really do make really good breakfasts. It's so easy to prepare, lots of energy, and they taste great. So I think we did have some visitors last night. They look like fresh tracks. So I think for Esme, I need to get a better sleep system, something dedicated just for her. I think that'll work out better. Sharing my sleeping bag doesn't really work too well. We both end up a little bit uncomfortable. So I'll have to design something, build something for us. I'm just gonna keep her off the ground. It's not too bulky, but she'll be comfortable in it. So we're gonna head out, back to the truck. It's a beautiful day. It must be in the plus figures now. I'm actually getting quite warm just standing here. And we'll get a little snack on the way home. So thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, take care.
And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.